characters themselves look tragic. I don't want to play as myself when I was 8, thank you very much. And I don't want any of you saying that they look like me in the comments. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the HGO podcast. I'm your host for today, Ethan, and joining me, as always, are my good friends, Hunter and Kyle. Hey guys, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just swell.
Doing a lot better compared to last episode.
It's good to hear.
I finally recovered.
You know, it took a while.
You mean we're not going to have an hour of you glaring at your camera?
It was genuinely, it was like, you know, the Ben Affleck Hello Darkness meme? I feel like you could just do that with you. It's just me and Hunter talking about Horizon. You just...
I was so out of it last week.
You were, but it's glad to see that you're doing okay and you're feeling better. It's good to see. And then here to talk about the glories of the Elden Ring, Sam's here as well. Hey Sam, you're here from the audio, like you're in the ether right now. You're not here, you're not video here, but you're here. Hey, how are you doing?
I am here. Hello, how's it going?
It's been so damn long since you've been on the show. How long was it? It hasn't been since we did Fantasy Critic, has it? It hasn't been that long.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Because he was on...
I can't remember what episode he was on after that, but I know he was on the Nintendo E3 reaction.
Nintendo E3, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while though, dude. Hope you're doing all right. Obviously, we've talked off screen. It's not like we've ignored you for a year and a half, but hey.
What the fuck?
Hi, how's it been being alone for 18 months?
Oh, man.
But no, it's good to have you here because I forgot to play Elden Ring, so we were like, let's get in the Elden Ring expert. I have a copy.
And I never bought Elden Ring to play in the first place.
Yeah, and Hunter, I thought Hunter would play like 2 hours. He's ended up playing like 11, so he did his job. And I was like, let's bring in the expert because I noticed that Sam has been playing a lot of Elden Ring recently. Like, how many hours have you put in now, Sam? Like
20-ish.
Yeah, a lot. So compared to all of us, you put in a lot. So we're going to go through it. We're going to talk about Elden Ring. And then obviously we're recording this really late on a Sunday night because we waited for the Pokemon news because these two are busy on the opposite days. So we didn't have a chance to record earlier. So we are going to talk about Pokemon, Scarlet and Violet? Is that what it is?
Scarlet and Violet, yeah.
And all of that Pokemon news, we'll talk all about it. But no, welcome back to the show. This episode might be going up a tiny bit late. I apologize. Like I said, we're recording this really late. If the audio sounds a bit off, if syncing issues happen, sorry about that. You're just going to have to live with it for this episode because, like I said, we're just kind of running hot with this one. So I'm going to try and do as minimal editing as possible just so we can get it out as quickly as possible because we don't really like to miss weeks, even if it is just by a day. So yeah, other than that, thank you for supporting the show so much over the past couple of weeks. You seem to like the Horizon episode. You obviously really like the Pokemon episode not last week, the week before. So thank you for the support. We'll keep doing it. I think we got a break between games now, right? We've got like Arena Ultimatum comes out in a couple of weeks.
Triangle Strategy's out at the end of the week.
Damn you. One day we'll
Kirby's
be
coming out sometime soon.
End of March.
It's at the end of March. So we got a little bit.
We've got a while before we all get to play as Refrigerator Kirby. It's all good. Sorry, it's Vending Machine Kirby. Should get my Kirby lore right.
Carby.
Carby is going. Fucking Carby.
Furby.
In Cone Bee. Fucking Cone.
Oh, man.
How giving him a plastic cone makes him break through concrete, I have no idea, but hey, apparently it happens. But yeah. Anyway, we've got a load of stuff coming up, so keep it locked on the show, I guess, as we talk about all these tragic video games that will keep asking, are they overrated? Because, man, it keeps getting those clicks, doesn't it? You suckers keep joining in. We can say as much as we want, as much positive things as we want, and still call it overrated, and all you negative fuckers will still tune in, so hey.
Do we ever answer that question in the videos?
Yeah, Chantu, at the end, we're like, is it overrated? And every answer up till now, except for Deathloop, was no. And Deathloop, it was like, fuck
and Deathloop at the one there, we were like, we'll see. Even like we didn't have that much to go off of yet, but
I mean, it's probably not now. I think opinions of Deathloop have simmered down, right? I feel like it's found its place in the in the boroughs of the gaming kind of hierarchy. Yeah, like everybody talked their praises at the start, and then everyone forgot about it. And a game that has been getting a lot of praise. Will it land the test of time? Will it stand for the test of time? Should I say not land? Is Elden Ring just come out? FromSoft's new game. People have waited 6 million years for this video game, guys. 6 million.
Yeah, they sure act like it, even though it got announced in 2019.
Yeah, people have been acting like they've been waiting for this forever, and I think it's just because of the daily Elden Ring update guy. Like that guy's been suffering. He did like how many years of going? There's no news today about Elden Ring. Poor.
It would have been
fucker.
like 2 because what was it? We got the update last year.
Yeah, it was
after Radio
2019, and
Silence.
then so we had from 2019 until June 2021 to fill with no news today about Elden Ring.
How long did the Bayonetta 3 account go for until they had news?
Oh,
Like several
Was it
years
27,
longer
2018?
because it was 27. It was the end of
17?
2017
Okay.
where Bayonetta got revealed.
Yeah, but the joke is that people care about Elden Ring and no one cares about Bayonetta. Am I right? That's the
Like,
thing. Like,
Hollow Knight Silk Song is still been, those fans have been wasting away.
they have, and they will for a while longer. But oh well, it's all good. So anyway, you two have been playing a lot of Elden Ring, and obviously,
I sure have.
let's start with the basics. I'm gonna ask you guys a simple question, and that's what's your experience with FromSoft in the past? Because obviously, I feel like it's a love it or hate it genre. It seems there's no in between with FromSoft games. You either love them or you hate and complain about them on Twitter. So, what standpoint are you coming from, Hunter?
Ah, yes. All right. So I have played Bloodborne, and that is it. But
Okay.
I really, really enjoyed Bloodborne. It speaks to me.
Okay. And Sam, where have you been in the terms of the FromSoft games? I feel like you've played more than all of us, really.
Yeah, I've beaten Bloodborne. That's the only one I've actually finished, but I've dabbled in Dark Souls 1 and 3 quite a bit. I've probably finished like halfway through Dark Souls 3.
Okay.
Yeah. I only started playing the games like probably a year ago or so for the first time, and I just kind of like dabbled a bit here and there, and then Bloodborne I really stuck with and I really, really enjoyed, so
Yeah.
they're really good.
Carl's never played a Dark Souls game. I don't
Not
think, right?
once ever.
Not
The
once
closest I've gotten is thinking about buying Sekiro one time when I saw it on sale. I didn't.
That was the closest I got as well before I played Bloodborne last year. I've only played Bloodborne. But I really enjoyed it. I fucking platinumed the game in like 4 days. It was a really bad time. It was that perfect mix of I'm bored and unemployed, so let's just spend 4 whole days doing nothing but Bloodborne. After Hunter had convinced me to try it on the podcast. And I don't think he expected me to play it that quickly, to be honest.
I didn't even try to convince him. I just talked about how much I was enjoying it.
And I was like, yeah. And then, because I think Sam had played it at that point as well, and I was like...
We were playing it
okay.
at like the same time.
Did we both pick it up at the same time? I feel
Pretty
like you
much,
started
yeah.
a couple of days before me, and I was like, if Sam's playing it, I'm going to play it. I was like, fuck it.
You finished it first though.
Yeah, because I literally sweated it like a nerd. I literally was like... I just didn't stop.
I remember you guys were talking about doing a spoiler cast for that, and then,
but then
obviously that never happened.
It never happened because I wasn't paying enough attention to the lore, and it would just be like, God, fucking that vampire boss fight sucks dicks, doesn't it? Like that, the one in the Castlevania castle.
Oh, right. Martyr Logarius, the one I had to help you with.
Yeah, the only one I didn't beat by myself because I was like,
Yeah.
I can't be fucking dealing with this anymore.
Yeah.
The only
That
boss
one
fight
does
where I
suck,
spent
though.
like 6 hours on it, and I was like, no, I refuse.
That's
to
like
do
the
this
only
anymore.
one that was kicking me into the teeth for so long after I like gotten my rhythm down in that one too.
It was that one, and then it was the shades or whatever, the 3 hooded
Oh yeah, the
guys in
Shadows of
forest, the Shadows of
Yarnum.
Yharnam.
Because we had tried to
remember
get
that
me,
one.
we had tried to get me to come into your game then, but we underestimated how obtuse and stupid FromSoft's co-op stuff is.
Yeah, and
So I had to like start my new game plus and try to speed run to it.
and I was like, fuck it, if Hunter's gonna try and speedrun his way there, I might as well keep trying, and by the end I beat it before Hunter got close, so...
Yeah.
I just remember that one because you were playing that in call, and you ended up naming all of them.
I don't... One was probably
I
Timmy.
don't remember what you
their
named
names.
them.
Fucking probably
but-
Timmy, Phil, and Simon or some shit. Like, you know what I'm like, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've all... I think what's interesting is, because from most people's perspectives, obviously I'm supposed to be here having played the game. I fucking haven't. I bummed Horizon instead like an idiot. I think the interesting thing compared to our opinions comparing to other podcasts and other people like that is I feel like most of the impressions have come from Dark Souls like veterans, fans that have been playing since Bloodborne originally came out, or even the original Dark Souls. And it's like most of us seem to have gone into the FromSoft games over the past year before Elden Ring even resurfaced and was coming out. So I feel like it's an interesting perspective from a new player's perspective to these kinds of games, how you're feeling with it. So I'll start with Hunter, I guess, because he has the least amount of time with the game so far. What are your initial impressions of Elden Ring then?
So one thing I'm pleased with is that I was worried. This is a kind of lingering worry I've had ever since I've entertained the idea of playing one of the other previous Souls games was that I wouldn't be able to play it like I did Bloodborne because Bloodborne is more aggressive, is what everyone says. But I've been able to play Elden Ring pretty much the same way. Just attack first, attack quick, and don't let them live long enough to attack back. And it's been working out for me for the most part.
Yeah, because that's what's put me off, especially Dark Souls, right? Like I've been interested in playing Sekiro because Sekiro is very much a fucking aggro fest. It is very
A
much
rhythm
a
game.
Yeah.
It's a rhythm game, from what I've understand.
It's very much a fuck them up or get fucked. It's no in between. There's no being passive in Sekiro. But Dark Souls, like I've seen Sam play bits and pieces of Dark Souls, and it very much is more methodical. It is more thinking about it. I've watched my friends play a lot of Dark Souls as well. There's the classic anecdote of me coming up with the solution to one of the Dark Souls 2's puzzles, because Dark Souls 2 is known to have these awful puzzles in it, and it was like it's like to do with a windmill, and I was just like, set fire to it, and my friend Eamon was like, that's not how Dark Souls works, and went around this whole area for 3 hours. And then he set fire to the windmill, and that was the solution. I was like, yeah, well, he should have listened to me. He should have listened.
Amazing. Yeah.
But anyway, Dark Souls is very defensive. Like it prioritizes your defense as much as it does your attack, whereas Bloodborne is very much roll aggro, get in there.
Yeah, basically. Like I picked the dual wielding class in Elden Ring here, and I was like, well, this might screw me, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
How much time did you spend on the character creator? That's the most important question.
I spent like 10 minutes.
Sam?
Gave my character a sweet braid.
Sam, how many minutes in the character creator?
Probably about 10 as well. I didn't really put much thought into it.
Pathetic, dude. This is pathetic numbers. Everybody knows you need to spend at least 3 hours. At least 3 hours.
It is a really in-depth character creator, though. You can do a lot of cool stuff with it.
If you're not making Shrek, what's the point?
I'm pleased to report that the hairstyles are better than Bloodborne's were, where it was like I had this long... My two options were this long, ratty kind of hairstyle or a ponytail. And that was it, unless I wanted my character to be a short-haired doofus.
I've heard the hairstyles aren't as good as Demon Souls.
I haven't played Demon Souls.
I own that too and haven't played it. It's great. I love owning Souls games that haven't. Yeah, I love owning Souls games that I don't play. It's great fun. I think I said to Kyle, I was like, I'm not getting Elden Ring because I already own Demon Souls. I'll play Demon Souls first. No, I own Elden Ring now, and I'm not going to play either of them. I'm just going to keep playing Horizon. Yeah. But yeah, I've heard that the character creator is still a bit better in Demon Souls, but I think that's mainly because of hairstyles and stuff like that, people are finding it hard to create themselves unless they're a white guy. I've heard if you want to make a white guy, you go ahead. But if you want to be literally anything else, it's a bit harder. Or Shrek. I mean, I'm sure you can make a perfectly good Shrek. In fact, you talk about what you've been liking about the game while I try and find Shrek Hunter. I'm going to see if anyone's made it.
So as far as other things that are just kind of
Priorities.
decent as far as the quality of life is the checkpoints, like the bonfires or whatever they're called in this game. I think it's like sites of grace.
Touch grass.
I was expecting to have
Touch grass.
That's what it says when you go up to them. It says touch grace.
They know their audience, dude. They're like, touch some fucking grass. Go outside. Stop eating Sekiro in under an hour.
But I was expecting to have the fast travel to be tied to sitting at one of those, and you can actually just fast travel from the map to whichever one is the most convenient for you. So that's nice.
Yeah.
other things. Its methods of open world design are refreshing compared to even like Horizon, where Horizon like shotguns a bunch of icons onto your map. Uh, Elden Ring just kind of shows you a bunch of points of interest in the horizon, and you choose just choose one that looks cool and walk towards it.
Sorry, I'm just showing Shrek on the screen right now. Someone has made Shrek. It's pretty great. There are plenty of Shreks to go around. So look for, if you're on audio, go and listen to the video version. You would have just had a quick glimpse of Shrek and Elden Ring. It's pretty hype. But carry on, Hunter. Sorry, I just need to explain it because Shrek just appeared over Cal's head, and I'm like, I need to explain that. That's not gonna make sense.
What else is there? You have a horse now. It can double jump. It makes traversing a little easier. Yeah, it's like a ghost horse, so it's not bound by the laws of regular horses
Of your
and their
mortal realm.
inability to jump in midair. So that's nice.
Yeah. It's got an interesting loop to it, because one thing I've been hearing about Elden Ring, and I don't know if you can agree with it, Sam, is it feels like very much obviously it's a Souls game through and through. It doesn't tell you what to fucking do. It doesn't hold your hand. It's not like, hey, little Timmy, here's a marker of where you should go. So people keep stumbling into areas where they're like way too low a level. Like I've heard of stories of people finding their first boss and then realizing that's probably like the 5th boss you should probably find because oops, I'm way under leveled.
They really open it up pretty quickly to like let you just do whatever the heck you want. Like there is kind of a marker with like where you're supposed to go with like the graces. Like when you get to the bonfires, like it'll point at a direction that you could go. That's like main quest stuff, but for the most part, they're just like screw it, just do whatever the frick you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess, do you think it works? Because like I think that's the big question is, do you think this kind of, obviously we've had games like this before, you know, you've had Breath of the Wild that was very much like, here's some idea of what you can do, off you go, do whatever you want, go and find a fucking shrine or go and hit a tree with stasis and go flying somewhere. You do you, right? Do you think it works? And do you think it works for like, not necessarily the casual audience, but for like a more general audience, right? Because obviously Souls fans are going to play this fucking game whether they like it or not. They're going to be through and through with it. If they hate every aspect of it,
the map could literally be dotted with level 99 enemies that will punch you in the face
This
forever.
could be Dark Souls 2 remake and they'll still fucking eat it up, even though they say they hate Dark Souls 2, right? It's like,
yeah,
they're going to eat it up either way. But for a more general audience, people that necessarily haven't played all the Souls games, aren't in with it, where they know every movement of every boss, stuff like that, do you think that it's still accessible enough, I guess, that people are going to be okay with it, that people aren't just going to do a me like I do whenever I'm in an open world game and get overwhelmed and just fucking cry in a corner and stop playing?
I think most people should be all right for the most part, because for as often as you probably can stumble into, giant bears that will kill you in one shot or whatever, there's as many other options to just go somewhere else that with enemies that won't kill you. Like it's not like you're being walled out of anything. I've not ran into something where this is the only way I can go and I can't do it. So, yeah. So as far as like stumbling into things, I got a really good one last night. I opened a treasure chest.
Oh, this is what everyone keeps talking about. This fucking treasure chest, dude.
It sent me to a cave.
Yeah.
What?
And then I came out of the cave, and the sky was red.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, and the area around me, it was like fleshy and decaying and gross. I was like, oh, well, I shouldn't be here. Can I teleport out of here? Yes. And thankfully I could. I didn't want to stick around. I had a decent amount of, souls at the time that I didn't want to lose.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Sam, because I heard some people got these fucking chests and got sent to the Nether Realm. And like I heard, was it Imran Khan? It was somebody who literally got stuck in like one of these caves for like 2 hours you couldn't leave the cave, Carl. The game took you hostage, and they were like just fucking stuck in there because they couldn't kill anything, and they refused to run away. And did you have an
Dying
experience
doesn't
like
solve
this?
your problem either because it respawns you where the chest spits you out at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Have you had any similar kind of stories like that, Sam?
I know exactly the spot Hunter's talking about because I went through the same thing, and there's two paths in that cave you can go. One path leads like through the whole thing and a bunch of really hard enemies that would be really a pain to get through, and there's a boss at the end too that I just said nope. I just said nope and turned around and went the other way after I lost to it. But yeah, there is another path you can go that's like kind of like a long run. You just have to like run through like tons of enemies to get to it, and that's how you get out. It's really
Sprinting
stupid.
is the good old reliable in these kind of games where after I try and fight something, I'm like, nah, don't feel like it. Run away. They usually don't catch you.
It's a valid tactic.
Yeah. It's like, to me, this game is interesting, right? Because obviously it got like the critical praise has been everywhere. Over the first, like, God, when would the reviews go out? Was it Wednesday that the reviews went out? It was like Tuesday or
It was
Wednesday.
like Tuesday or Wednesday, yeah.
And it got a
broke
load of
open
10s.
critics.
Just 9s and 10s across
Just
the board.
pure gold. And I was like, okay, we're on to something special. And then I feel like the Cyberpunk effect happened, where, at least for the PC, it's like the opposite of Cyberpunk, actually. The console versions work, the PC version doesn't. But I kind of stopped hearing about all the fun stuff, except from reviewers, because reviewers just kept going on that hype train. Everybody else, like, I saw nothing but people crying about the PC port because it's apparently like the worst thing ever, to the point where even I think even Digital Foundry's like, it's not even a computer issue. Like, if you have the best setup imaginable, you're still fucked. I'm like, that's great. What a great video game.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. Imagine a world where everyone's like, yeah, just play it on PS4, guys. Play it on your jet engine. Whip your jet
That's
engine out.
funny.
Take to the skies in Elden Ring. I guess what my question is, do you think it deserves all this acclaim from what you've been playing? And especially, I think, Sam, you're the one to probably go into this more because you've played quite a lot of the game so far. Like, are you enjoying it? Do you think that this is one of those kind of big steps in, not necessarily gaming, but kind of open world in the same way that Breath of the Wild was like 5 years ago? Fucking hell, 5 years ago.
Yeah, I
That's when
haven't
my
been able
phones
to put the
become
game
brittle.
down.
I've heard that a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I haven't been able to put it down. It's just like every time you go explore an area, like you'll fight a boss or something, and then just something else you'll see out of the corner of your eye, and it'll just go running toward it. Like, there's just always something that you want to do in this game. It's just super fun.
Yeah, that genuinely is what it sounds like. And I mean, it's 2017 happened, right? Breath of the Wild came out, Horizon came out, and it was like, oh, okay, open world games are good again. And then we had like the gap between 2018 through 21, where I was talking especially to you, Hunter. I was suffering open world fatigue as fuck. Like, I was done with open world games. I was genuinely done. And then Arceus came out, which is semi-open world, and I really enjoyed it. And then Horizon Forbidden West has come out, and I've been loving like, I feel like I was too harsh on it last week, because this week I've literally, as I've been saying to you, I've done everything but the story. Kyle, you weren't here. I'm on 75% completion of an open world game, and I still have like 7 missions of the story left. I still have like a third of the story left, and I'm on 70% completion. I'm max level. I'm 26 levels above the recommended. It's like, it's crazy. And it's like with Elden Ring, I'm like, I feel like we're at that stage again where all the devs that made good open world games in 2017 are coming back for round 2, and then people like From are finally taking that risk and doing something different. If Breath of the Wild 2 comes out this year, fucking hell.
Honestly, yeah.
It's going to be a year for open world games, which is surprising, because I wouldn't have thought that this would have been the case, that I'd enjoy open world games as much as I have. Again, Hunter, how are you feeling about the open world and just how it plays? Because obviously, you said you'd only play it for a couple of hours, and you've managed to somehow play 11.
I said I'd play it for a few hours for impressions, so that was basically like whatever time I had before the podcast, so.
Yeah.
I'll probably still go back to Horizon just because I feel like that one's more within reach to finish and whatnot, whereas with Elden Ring I feel like it'll probably become like very much a game that I turn on while I'm talking to people or in between other things, even.
Mhm.
I guess comparatively to Bloodborne, since it's the only other one I've played, the 11 hours into Bloodborne, I was more hooked on that than I am this, but I still think Elden Ring is really good.
Mhm. No, that's fair. I'm kind of
Yeah.
scared of it. I'm like, I've been addicted to Horizon. To put this into perspective, I've put 50 hours into that game now in the span of like a week and a half, and I have a full-time job. So it's literally like, you know how you keep seeing people on the internet that's like, keep saying like, I wake up, I go to work, I come back, I play Elden Ring, I go to bed. And it's like, that's what people have been doing over the past like 3 or 4 days. And I've been the exact same way with Horizon, and now I'm scared of Elden Ring. So I'm like, do I really want to go back to back into like doing what Sam's doing right now, where it's just like getting to that stage where it's just like, because you see me with Horizon Hunter, where I'm like, I've got to defog the map. I'm literally going
Yeah.
into every corner of the map, even when there's fucking nothing there. I'm like, go, what's there? Oh, it's a tree. Cool. Let's find the next tree. And I feel like that's what's going to be me with Elden Ring. Is it feels like it's catering to that audience of what is over that mountain, what is down that path. And
Yeah.
most of it, maybe it's a fucking massive bear that's going to swipe me from behind and destroy me. Who knows? Maybe it's a cauldron that talks. I don't know.
dog.
Yeah. Maybe it's a horse that people keep calling a dog. Exactly. Who knows? Who knows what's
I ran
like?
into a talking tree the other day, or yesterday. It was
Epic.
funny.
God, this is
Y-
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it was amusing because it was just like it was a relatively small tree, and there was like a pack of goats next to it. And as I was approaching the goats, the guy started talking, and he's like, "Hey, help me out!" And I'm like, "Did one of those goats just talk to me?" And then they all ran away. I'm like, "Who is saying this?" And eventually, I saw one of the notes that said to attack the tree, and I was like, "Okay."
Attack the tree.
Yeah, the guy got like cursed into being a tree. I attacked him and it broke the spell, and he was like a little rat person looking thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course. That sounds like a FromSoft game through and through.
yeah.
It's very weird. Hey, I guess I don't know. Do you have anything else? Anything that we've missed? Anything that we forgot to cover?
Any anecdotes?
Yeah. This is hard for me because I'm not used to being in
Yeah.
the chair, like like this kind of position, and not knowing anything about the video game because I don't want it spoiled. Like in Triangle Strategy next week, I'll just be like, yeah, just fucking tell me. Just tell me what what are the triangles? How do you strategically use them? Like what's going on?
Let's see. I already told you about the treasure box spitting me out. The funny thing is, like directly behind the passage that led to the treasure box that took me into the Nether Realm, there was a really good weapon down another passage. I got a
Hmm.
twin blade from that, and that has been what I've been rolling with ever since I found it.
How many weapon types are there in this game? Is it more than Bloodborne? I assume it's probably more, right?
Yeah, it seems to be like, well, there's like categories, it seems, in this game, whereas Bloodborne, you just kind of got your weapons
Mm-hmm.
that favored the certain stats, whereas this, we've got like daggers and short swords and great swords, and it's more like a umbrella of things, whereas Bloodborne was more specified.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I guess the final question then is, I don't know, after 20 hours, I think it's very positive, at least on consoles, from a console perspective. So, would you recommend it? Is it overrated? Does it live up to the 9s and 10s? Is it overrated? Should people play it anyway? What's
Did
what are you
Hunter
saying?
deserve to get 32 points on fantasy draft for this game?
32?
Yeah. I don't
He's
know how
already
that
won.
math
He's
works.
already won, dude. He's already fucking won. I didn't realize that.
The math
Oh.
works, the way it works is every point over 90.
Every point over
is
70,
double.
yeah, every point over 70 is 1, every point over 90 is 2. So,
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought it was
So-
linear up to 30.
well, he's
Nah,
won then. I'm on 17 points, guys. He's won. It's over.
Relax, Ethan. Gran Turismo gets reviewed silly numbers all the time.
No, it
for
doesn't.
Reasons I don't understand.
Every other, no, that's Forza. Every other Gran Turismo does shit. I'm actually thinking that's a risky choice. The only reason I have faith in that one is because they've been working on it for like 6 years. But like the PS4 one wasn't reviewed that well.
Oh, really?
You guys still have counterpick slots. You can do the Suicide Pact.
What? Pick Elden Ring? No.
You know,
No, pick
it's
Breath
too
of the
late for that one.
Wild.
Yeah,
Oh.
pick Breath of the Wild. I'll pick God of War. Offers on the table.
Well, with the Pokemon news, that's more likely, but I'll decide the week before E3. But no, anyway, get to the question. Is it overrated? Would you recommend it? Hunt it.
Yeah, if you're interested if you like the FromSoft games already, or if you're interested in trying one, I would say to go ahead and give this a whirl.
Okay. Sam?
Pretty much the same thing. It's a really good game. I'd recommend it to people who like open world games, especially people who are looking to get into the franchise. I think it's probably a good one to get into for a first time Souls game player.
There you go. You've heard it. Yeah. It's all right. It's pretty good. Is it a 96 though? I say it's fucking not. I haven't played it, but that's bullshit.
Game had better do everything to get a 96.
Dude, genuinely, I bet my life better be
Friday
fucking
when
changed.
Friday when you showed us the picture of your copy arriving, you're like, this game better change my life.
Yeah, it better, dude. I was pissed. I was pissed off when I opened the case and I didn't see that my money was in the fucking case because I was like, this game must be that good that they just give it you for free. I'm like, wow. But no, alas, that didn't happen. And in fact, I got nothing but a video game.
You lose.
I lose.
Good day, sir.
Good day. Anyway, that's enough positivity. Time to shit on Pokemon for the 16th time on the podcast. Let's go. Because we obviously, due to recording constraints, we couldn't record on Friday or Saturday really. So we're here. Pokemon Sleep didn't happen, but we did Pokemon Sleep through most of that fucking presents because it was awful. So we're gonna quickly do a roundup. Sam, did you even get to watching it in the end, or did you just skip to Scarlet?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna talk about all the announcements. The main one that you're here for, Gen 9, is a thing already. Yes, we know. It is too soon. There's an apple crocodile. It's pretty great. Let's find out. We'll talk about it.
Hell yeah.
We'll talk about it
My
in a bit.
boy.
So, obviously, Pokemon Presents happened. Obviously, it kind of went under the radar. Obviously, because of all the real world stuff happening right now. I think Nintendo, rightfully so, was like, let's not just try and hype up a massive Pokemon presentation. So, that kind of happened. So, we're going to go through all of it. We're going to go through all of the mediocre fucking announcements where they were basically like, it's that classic. We need to announce a new generation, but we usually say that there's other stuff that we need to talk about. And there was nothing.
Pokemon does like one direct a year.
Yeah,
It's
true.
20 minutes long and it's on Pokemon Anniversary Day.
And it's always on YouTube. It's not live streamed. It's a fucking YouTube premiere. I really appreciated listening to the 2 minutes of fucking copyright-free music.
Elevator music.
Yeah. It reminded me of last E3 where everybody was like, show starts at 2 p.m. Then it started a 30-minute countdown at 2 p.m. And it was like, why? Why do I have to wait this long to see a Alolan Executor in Pokemon Go? Fuck off.
A thing that has existed in Pokemon Go since like
A few years ago.
2018. at
Oh,
least.
Yeah.
great.
When
Great.
my
It's fake news
siblings-
then.
Yeah, like they were like, oh yeah, just catch this one. I'm like, that one's already been there forever.
Fake
It's
news.
like the Alolan versions of the other Gen 1 Pokemon.
Anyway, it's the 26th anniversary of Pokemon, and to celebrate, they decided to announce a load of bullshit updates. Most of them are pretty terrible, so brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, as we go through them all. The first one is Pokemon Go finally gets Gen 7 Pokemon. They're nearly there. They'll catch up by 2025, guys. Let's
Boo.
go. Boo. Okay.
Yeah, Gen 7 Pokemon kind of suck.
They do.
Pokemon Go sucks.
We
Also-
we do hate Pokemon Go and
And
Gen
that
7.
trailer sucked.
It
Oh,
sure
it did. It just showed a beach, dude. They just typed beach stock footage on Shutterstock, and we're like, there we go. Write a roller in the sand, guys. Let's do it.
Dog.
It makes me laugh that game's still going. Like, I'm like, holy I forget that Pokemon Go is still a thing.
It's still making money, dude.
I entertained the notion of playing it with my siblings for like a year back in 2019, and then yeah, I entertained it for a year and quit. I'm like, yeah, you guys can chase your shinies all you want. This isn't satisfying for me.
I mean, I still have it on my phone. I still open it up from time to time.
Oh. There you go.
I got nothing better to do.
I always tell the story of I was in America when Pokemon Go launched. So I played it for the 2 weeks while I was there because there were Pokestops everywhere. There were Pokemon everywhere. I was like, this is really fun. And then when I came back to England, where I live in a field, there was nothing. So I was like, uninstall.
That's also a contributing thing, probably, as I live in the middle of nowhere and I still
Yeah, if you're like me in
Treasure when
Untron,
I
you live in a
was
fucking
hanging out
field,
in
dude.
Texas with my brother.
Like, you think living in a field, there'd at least be some fucking Budu or something, but there's nothing. There's like absolutely nothing. No sheep, nothing. Nothing.
I
God.
definitely did play it a lot more when I was in college and in like a city.
If you're in a
But
city,
now that
I'm
I'm
sure that
back in
game's
like
a load of fun.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in Pokemon games, you go to the city to find the Pokemon. Obviously.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
What's a
Or
wild
churches
area?
or other obvious places for
Or
Pokestops.
church.
I get my Pokeballs from church, guys. Speaking of
Yes.
speaking of Pokemon games no one cares about, Pokemon Masters EX is celebrating its 2.5-year anniversary. I forgot this even existed.
To celebrate the half birthday.
Yeah, the gacha. I'm reading this from Kotaku, by the way, but they even specified the gacha game will get a new boss rush mode. So there you go. It's gacha, and it's not even got waifus. It's got Pokemon trainers. So who cares? Boo. Speaking of other mobile games that no one cares about, Pokemon Cafe. This is why I was like, Sam, why did you fucking go back? Like, everyone else was just in the waiting room watching these mobile games get announcements. You were like, I'm gonna go back. I want to see what Pokemon get added to Cafe Remix.
Just had it on the background while
add
scrolling
Uber?
Twitter.
I need
that's the
that
way
shiny Piplup.
It nearly got me to download it. It nearly got me. But they're adding a load of stuff like Palpa delivering you drinks. Fucking Palpa's gonna get you bevved up. Let's go. And also Victini's gonna come and work for you. And Shiny Piplup exists. So there you go. Speaking of
Whatever that means.
speaking of shit video games, Pokemon Unite's getting a new Mayhem mode, along with everybody's favorite characters, Hooper and Duraludon, everyone's favorite.
Hey, I like Duraludon.
That makes one person.
Not enough to make me want to download this video game.
I remember
Which
playing it for
one
5
was that?
minutes. I remember
It's
playing
Gen
it.
8
I remember
Pokemon,
playing it
Steel
f-
Dragon type.
Oh, that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's based off of a building.
Oh.
It looks like a
Cool as
building.
heck.
Yeah, but yeah. I remember
Unironically, like third favorite Pokemon from that game.
I was in someone's live stream and they were like, oh yeah, that game came out today. Does someone want to download it and tell me if it's good? So I was like, fuck it. I downloaded it, played one game, and was like, no, there we go. It's League. They tricked me into playing League. I will not let this happen again. Speaking of shit video games, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond
You're
and Shining
being
Pearl.
tricked into things.
Speaking of being tricked into buy 2 copies of a video game, Jack bought 2 copies of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, so he can get 2 Shaymins if you didn't hack them already. Shaymin is, or glitch them, sorry, you didn't hack them. The game was just that broken, you could just go and fucking walk your way over to Shaymin Land and pick him up.
Yeah.
Pick up the hedgehog. I'm surprised this isn't
Like,
in
this is
collab.
mine now.
Fucking endangered species, just like my hedgehog, goodbye.
Yoink.
Pick up the
You just
hedgehog.
Hold it like a football.
Oh, imagine. But yeah, you get a special letter from Professor Oak telling you, Lamau, you wasted your money, but have a fucking hedgehog. Being less toxic and talking about positive notes, Legends Arceus got a new an update today called Daybreak. This patch focuses on investigating mass outbreaks and adds new trainer battles. You also, for some reason, get 30 free Ultra Gigaton and Jet Balls when using the code Arceus Adventure. If only they'd done that when people were playing the game still.
Arceus Adventure.
Yeah.
Using a code.
By March 31st. So, Jacob, there you go.
It's
I
like
got you,
they were
buddy.
sponsored or something.
Yeah, dude. This episode of the HGO podcast is brought to you by Arceus Adventure. Use that code to get 33 Ultra Gigaton and Jet Balls, guys. Oh my god. I used it to catch Bidoofs, because that's all I fucking catch in the game. They also announced that Pokemon Legends Arceus is getting an anime adaptation. The Isekai is getting an Isekai about the Isekai. It's going to be great. Epic. It doesn't have a name yet, but the Pokemon Company teased a new online series focused on the Hisui region with a piece of concept art that showed the Hisui region. Very cool. And then
Epic.
finally, the big announcement that everybody was kind of expecting but hoped that it wasn't happening this soon. Pokemon Generation 9 is finally here. They have gone back to naming them after colours after taking a break and calling them after chromosomes, objects in the sky, and
Celestials.
weapons.
Weapons.
They were like, "Hey
We
guys,
never got gun.
we never got gun.
You never got Z.
We never got Z. We never got Pokemon Comet or whatever the fuck it was gonna be for Sun and Moon."
I mean, it should have been Eclipse
Pokemon
if
Tragedy.
they were going to do it.
That would be smart. That would be smart.
Yeah.
But no, we've got it. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet are the first Pokemon games to use Comic Sans looking ass font in their logos. Sorry, I said I'd stop being toxic.
and aggressively add the stroke option on their blending.
Someone went onto Photoshop and added yellow stroke to Comic Sans, and here we are. Still better than the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl logos, though, so... Maybe they gave that guy a pay raise and this is what he came up with. I saw an option on Twitter, someone showed it with just a white stroke instead of a yellow stroke and it looks way better. So maybe do that. If you want to keep the stroke, just change it to white. I do think it's very interesting that the Scarlet logo kind of has this fancy kind of font. I don't know how to describe it. It's very kind of like architectural, the way the font is. And then Violet just likes space shit. It's like sci-fi. This is Pokemon Moon again, purple.
Perfect.
But yeah, the website also went up for Gen 9. We didn't just get some terrible looking logos. We got some decent looking things. We got some screenshots and we got a website. So I'm just going to read this from the website in case you guys haven't read it yet. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are the newest chapters in the Pokemon series, and they are coming to Nintendo Switch later this year. With these new titles, the Pokemon series takes a new evolutionary step, allowing you to explore freely in a richly expressed open world. We're holding them to it. They've said this. They've said it. We're holding them to it. Various towns blend seamlessly into the wilderness with no borders. You'll be able to see the Pokemon of this region in the skies, in the seas, in the forests, on the streets, all over. You'll be able to experience the true joy of the Pokemon series, battling against wild Pokemon in order to catch them. That's the big point that I want to bring up, is they have said that you have to battle to catch, which is cringe. But I guess we were kind of expecting it,
Especially after
like
Arceus.
Game. Yeah. It just kind of sucks. You're telling me I've got to fucking fight these every time? I don't want to. I just want to.
It's like Arceus just streamlined the process so much.
Mm-hmm.
It was so nice.
Just that's the one thing that's got me down bad is I don't want to have to battle.
Bad.
I don't have to battle every fucking Caterpie. Just let me throw a fucking Pokeball at it or a rock, whatever. Just let me throw.
Throw an additional Caterpie at it.
I'd like to see that in Arceus too. If a Pokemon's really weak and you don't want to fight it, just throw a rock at it and get the XP that way.
I threw a rock at him. It was a big rock.
Fucking Caterpie dead, dude. Caterpie's dead. You fucking threw a rock at it. I somehow feel like that's kinder than throwing a Pikachu at it and fucking electrocuting it to death. I still feel like that's kinder. But anyway, so they've announced that it's open world. We'll see how true that is, if it's still linear. I just feel like they're going to use the term open world and it still be a direct path. There's just no quote unquote routes or boundaries between it. I'd like to be proven wrong. I'd love it if it was 8 gyms that you could do in any order and they scale based on the first gym's always level
dream.
12.
That's the dream,
dude. Yeah, but it'll never happen.
It will never happen.
Gen 10?
No.
No. Anyway, the other things that we got the new partner Pokemon, so the new starters. We have 3 Pokemon who have some of the hardest to pronounce names in the franchise. So let's go for it, guys. We've got Sprigatito, which just sounds wrong. That just doesn't sound right. I get what they're doing because obviously Gatito is cat in Spanish, I think.
Gato, yeah.
Gato is cat in Spanish and sprig, leaf. There you go. Like,
Mhm.
get it. Fui Coco, or as people have been calling him, Fucoco.
I think it's Fue
Fucoco.
Coco.
Oh, Fue
Like
Coco. That's
fuego?
it. That's it.
Like
Fuego.
fuego.
That's it.
Yeah, like fire.
Spanish, dude.
I've personally taken to just calling him Glorp.
Yo, I like it.
He looks
Fuego.
like a Glorp.
It reminds me of the angry crocodile that you play the mini game against in Banjo Kazooie, except the night version.
Mr. Vile.
Yeah,
And then
his face looks like an apple.
I love Glorp. He's
You know-
my
you
favorite.
know what they say, guys? They went really hard on the Spanish. You got Sprigatito, you got Fue Coco, and then obviously they went extra Spanish for Quaxley, dude. They went extra Spanish for Quaxley. Go Quack, let's go. We
Quack.
got him. Donald Duck makes his appearance in a Pokemon game. Literally, I love him, dude. People are clowning on him. I genuinely fucking love that he's a fucking duck with a beret. He's cute as fuck. I genuinely say what you want. It's Litten 2 Donald Duck and fucking Apple Crocodile over here, but it's like they're growing on me. I like them more than the past couple of generations of starters, to be honest. They're growing on me.
Yeah, my opinion hardly matters because I don't play Pokemon games anymore, but I like these starters at a visual level more than I like the last ones.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. People
when they first showed what the starters looked like, I thought they were just fake Pokemon.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. I was like, they look like fan art,
like some
shit.
dude at Game Freak just went to DeviantArt and said Control-C, Control-V.
Mm-hmm.
Said, this is mine now.
I was the same, but they're growing on me the more. It's the same thing with everything Pokemon, right? The first time you see it, your instant reaction is, I fucking hate it. Get it out. But as soon as you sit with
Throw
them
a
for
rock
10
at it.
minutes, yeah, throw a rock at it. Exactly. But once I had sat with them for like 10 minutes, I was like, oh no, I kind of like them. I definitely like them more than the Galar trio. Like, that's easily saying something. To be honest, I didn't really like the Alola trio either. Like, people like Rowlet, but he's a fucking circle.
Yeah, he's
Both
great.
die. It's great.
And I mean, we've got
problem with
Litten 2
circles.
over here. We've got 2 Littens, right? And it's like, basically, we're talking about, we love circles, and Fue Coco's also a circle, dude. Look
Glorp
at that.
is very much a circle, yeah.
We've got Litten 2. So to me, it's down to the water type, dude. And I'm way more for Quaxley than I am for fucking What was it? It wasn't Primarina. It was
Poplio.
Poplio. Fuck Poplio. I hated Poplio, dude. Dumb looking
Honestly,
ass. Hated Poplio.
if I do end up picking up this game, this might be like one of the few times I get to be a fire trainer at the start.
You see, I've always been a fire trainer, like every generation bar 6, because I saw what Fennekin turned into, and I was like, hell no. Froakie it is. This time, I honestly don't know what to pick, because usually I look at the generations and I'm like, well, there's one I definitely am not picking. Like, I can go through each generation and go, I'm not picking that one.
Yeah.
Like, last
Go
time it was
away,
Sobble.
Sobble.
Last time it was Sobble. The time before that, it was Poplio for me. The time before that, it was fucking Fennekin. Because I saw its final evolution. Gen 5. What was Gen 5? I didn't like Snivy, dude. I didn't like Snivy.
Yeah, Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott.
I liked Tepig. And I liked Oshawott.
Tepig's great.
I said I hated Oshawott Hunter. I've changed my mind.
You did.
I hated Snivy instead. I changed my
Yeah, I was gonna say that's harsh. I like Oshawott, or at least I liked the one in the cartoon.
Yeah. But no, I kind of like these. And again, you've got the grass cat, the fire croc, and the duck. So,
The duck.
They're using. By the way, I've read their descriptions, and I'm like, they're using fancy words. I don't understand this. Never mind, fucking 8-year-olds. Like, what the hell does this word mean?
Yeah,
What does capricious mean?
Yeah, I was just gonna say capricious attention.
Given to
grass
sudden
cat.
and unaccountable changes of mood and behavior. So
Yeah,
he's a
capricious
cat.
is like mood swingy.
Yeah, mood swingy. So why the fuck? Why do you? I don't. I'm 24 and I don't understand that. An 8-year-old's not going to go. Ah, yes, a capricious cat, my favorite. I'm going to pick that one.
Someone at Game Freak just has a word of day calendar.
They genuinely did. Because the laid back fire croc Pokemon that does things at its own pace, they used laid back. They could have used mood swing cat Pokemon. And then finally you got Quaxley, who's just described as the earnest and tidy duckling. I love it. I love it. I love all three of them. I want all three of them. One thing I don't like is the character designs for the main protagonists. Oh my they didn't give their names. They just said, as one of the main characters, you'll set off on your adventure. Your outfit will vary depending on whether you play Scarlet or Violet. Does that mean there's no customization? Are we stuck with these shitty hats for the whole adventure?
Oh man, you get the colors of the shorts to change, but you still got your stupid little school uniform on. That'd be a bummer.
Yeah, the art looks really weird to me. Like they look weird. Is it just me? Am I going crazy, or do they look fucking weird?
No, they don't look good.
So I didn't really pay attention to anything besides the outfits that I have been clowning on,
Their
but
faces look weird as well.
oh.
Like I was saying to Hunter, right? I was like, most of the Pokemon trainers in Pokemon, the player characters like Dawn or whatever, they're supposed to be like 10, but to me they always look like they're more like they're 14 to like 15. They more look like they're that age. These fuckers do look 10. Like these do look like they've just learned how to walk, and their parents are already like, go fight demons. Off you go.
Here's Glorp. Have fun.
Glorp. Salu, don't die in the wilds. Hope you don't find a fucking Alolan Executor. Dude. So I think this is interesting because I feel like this is the least we've ever seen of a new Pokemon when it's announced. Because I feel like we knew that the region was called Galar when Gen 8 was announced. I feel like they said that it was based on the UK when it came out. Now we've had to work it out that it's Spain. I initially thought it was Italy, to be honest, but it's Spain. It's close enough. And it's like we know the starter Pokemon's names was Sprigatito, fucking Glorb, and Quaxley, right? It's like we know those, and we know that the character outfits and the characters themselves look tragic. I don't want to play as myself when I was 8. Thank you very much. And I don't want any of you fuckers saying that they look like me in the comments. It's fine. No one watches to this point. It's fine. But yeah, those outfits are tragic. Like, even if it wasn't, I'd choose purple because I love the color purple. But there's no way I'd pick Scarlet with those fucking shorts. Atrocity. Fucking abomination. Crime. I don't know, Sam, how do you feel? Obviously, you've been burnt by Pokemon so many times, like everybody else. How are you feeling on Gen 9? Do you think it's too soon?
It probably is too soon, but it is what it is. I have no optimism for Pokemon anymore. I'm just excited for a little Glorp.
But but here's the thing, right? Is we had Arceus, and Arceus was, I hate to admit it,
but that's
a
the side
good game. They count it as mainline.
Nah, it's not a main line.
It's gonna be side.
Gen 9 is the main game, and it's gonna be shit, and we all know it.
Fucking Arceus 2 waiting room party, dude. Legends Arceus 2 waiting room. Can't wait for them to do the exact same thing, but it's America and nothing's fucking there because there is no history. It's just like we go 300 years into the past. It's just Noah. It's just fucking grass. That's it. It's just like
just
fields.
A whole game of manifesting our destiny.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No!
I think that'll be interesting. Like I say, because like obviously they did Arceus tying with Gen 4's big like remake kind of year, right? And they did a better job, yeah. And it's like they're not going to do the same with Gen 5 because, like I say, it's a bit of a kind of area to go to. So I'm like, what are they going to do for Arceus 2? That's what I care about because this game's going to make me mad. This game's just going to be big wild area.
Someone said do Legends in the Wild West, and I said that in response to that. I was like, oh, that'd be fun.
Red Dead Redemption, but Pokemon. I'd like to see that, dude. I'd like to see that.
We're all riding our Rapidashes everywhere.
Yeah, everybody's riding Rapidashes. It'd be great. But no,
All the wild Pokemon have cowboy hats on.
I guess the final question I have for you, Hunter, is how are you feeling about Breath of the Wild 2 chances now that we know that there's a Pokemon open world Pokemon game coming out in November?
Not optimistic.
Not swell.
I mean,
But
right,
who knows?
say what you want, right? We've been burnt on this before. We thought Breath of the Wild was coming last year, right? And we, well, some people did, I didn't, but some people thought it was coming last year. And last year was a bit of a shit year in terms of game. Like, we had some good games for Switch, but I don't think it was a particularly fantastic year for Switch. This year, even if Breath of the Wild slips out, right? And even if we count and even if this game's shit, we've had a good Pokemon game. And like Nintendo doesn't seem to want to stop releasing video games this year. We've got literally like an entry into like every franchise. Fucking Mario Strikers is coming back. Fucking Wii Sports is coming back.
Advanced Wars.
Advanced Wars, Splatoon, Xenoblade.
Kirby's going open world.
There's so much shit coming out this year.
Can't stop it.
That I'm like, hey, there's a part of me that's like, I might kind of want Breath of the Wild to move to March. Not for the Fantasy Critic. Yes, because of the Fantasy Critic, but mainly because I'm
a little bit because of the Fantasy Critic.
Yeah,
I mean, that doesn't matter. Elden Ring has won it for me, and I'll just pick it first again next year anyway.
That's what you think. That's what you think. We're going to have a rule where it's like, Hunter can't have the critically acclaimed game every time. Banned. But no. There are some screenshots of this game, but like I say, it looks early. It looks a bit rough. It doesn't look as rough as Arceus did when it first showed off. But they still have some work to do. Like you said, Hunter, those turbines might need a bit of fucking polishing before we...
Oh yeah, the middle
to the
one
end.
there was slow.
Also, did you guys see the Pokemon centers in the images, by the way? They look kind of wild. They have a weird design to them. Like, they have, like, a hologram that, like, shines as a beacon with a Pokemon Center logo, which I assume is to help you find them. But they're, like, weird. I also want to know what part of Spain that big castle area is based on. There also seems to be a lab at the top of the hills. Ooh. So interesting. So many N64 trees as well for the internet to go wild with. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I can't wait till the game comes out later this year and I get to be assaulted with so many YouTube suggestions that have red circles in the thumbnail and arrows. You're like, if it was that bad, maybe you wouldn't need to highlight them, buddy.
Yeah, I can't wait for Treegate again, dude. I can't wait for them to find something
Treegate.
arbitrary, dude. It's what happens every year, dude. Do you remember when Spider-Man had Puddlegate? That was my favourite.
Dude, that was so silly.
They were like, this puddle's missing from the demo, therefore terrible video game. I'm like, okay, you do you. You do you. Those fuckers don't show up, though, when Elden Ring doesn't work on PC, but they'll show up for a puddle and some fucking trees, guys.
Before the game is out, even.
Yeah. Absolutely tragic. But oh well. I guess we'll leave it there. We'll wrap it up. We're going to have an early episode because I have to fucking get this thing up as soon as possible. Sorry it's late. But hey, there you go. Thanks for coming on the show, Sam. Thank you for hanging out with us. Sorry we had to take you away from Elden Ring for an hour.
It's all good.
But no, it's been fun to have you on. And yeah, we should get you on again in less than a year this time. We'll bring you on through a topic or something. We haven't done a topic in ages. When the topics come around, we'll come knocking. Yeah. We just need these pesky video games to stop releasing.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Just triangle strategy and then a couple of week break till Kirby and a fucking... What is it that also comes out?
Ghostwire.
Ghostwire, yeah.
And then, is it Forspoken in May or something?
Forspoken is in May.
April, we have a break. We have a break in April. Which is great, because that's just when our third year starts. So, we get to start it on a high by filling the first 5 episodes of our calendar.
It's just like a new arc in an anime, dude. We gotta get the filler shit.
From episode
the filler
1.
Gotta get the setup where they give you the envelope that invites you to the tournament.
Yeah. Oh, we're going into the tournament arc. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna fight to the death. We're gonna have Jack show up and give me my 10 gifted subs. Dude, fucking hell. But anyway, our links are on screen. right now. Sam's is in the corner. You can go and follow us on Twitter if you want to keep up to date with everything that we do. Follow us for streams, stuff like that. It's all good. But hey, if you don't want to keep up to date with us on our own socials, that's cool too. You can go and follow us on Twitter at hotgamersonly. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/hotgamersonly. And hey, if you don't want to look at our stupid faces, that's cool too. You can head to the link tree or search for Hot Gamers Only on your favorite podcast services such as Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And yeah, with that has been our show. Thank you ever so much for listening/watching. It feels weird only being an hour. I remember when we used to like push for an hour. And now I feel like it's weird if we don't go to like an hour and 15, an hour and 30. I feel like this is really short. So I apologize. We might have a Pokemon review up to compensate for that later in the week. Hopefully. Cal just needs to do some recording and I need to be asked to edit. It'll be great.
Maybe Ethan can finally get my DNF video out.
One step at a time, dude. One step at a time. We'll try. We've got a load of videos coming up, so look forward to them. But yeah, we'll be back to talk about whatever's happening. Triangle strategy next week, as well as whatever bears us with the HGO curse, because something's going to happen. What's that Persona?
Whatever
announcement?
Persona announcement comes out
They've only got
on
a
Monday.
day left for Persona, so...
When this comes out, when it should have come out, they'll only have had 6 hours left. So, that's right in the margin of the HGO curse, right, to get started. So, fingers crossed. But yeah, we'll be back same time, same place next week for whatever happens for more. But until then, have an awesome week. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.
See ya.
Toodaloo.